We got Neil Magny back here on the program. He's going to be headlining UFC Fight Night Argentina coming up here, UFC Fight Night 140, I should say, on November 17th. He's going to be taking on Santiago Ponzinibbio. Neil, how are you today, man?
I'm doing really good. How are you?
I'm doing great, man. What is a typical, I mean, we're recording this on a Wednesday. What does a Wednesday look like for you today?
It's a pretty long day. Wednesdays were my longer days. I have 3 training sessions today. Starts out with strength conditioning at 10 a.m., wrestling at 1 p.m., and then jiu-jitsu followed by jiu-jitsu at 6:30 p.m. So Wednesdays tend to be a really long spread out day for me.
Wow. So the last thing you probably want to do is talk to me right now. So I appreciate you doing this interview. That sounds like a pretty busy day.
No, it works out perfect. I mean, I was able to squeeze it in right during my rest time, so it's good timing.
We haven't talked in a while. Some big news happened outside of the cage for you. You got married back in July. How was the wedding? I know we were talking before that. You know, your significant other was planning most of it, but how did it all go?
It went well. Like, everything for the wedding came together great. My family met her family. Our friends met each other. The whole thing came out great. I couldn't have wished for a better wedding. I mean, it was a great opportunity for everyone to meet each other and just kind of mingle amongst the family members. So I was pretty happy with how it turned out.
More nervous for your wedding or more nervous for a fight? How would you rate the nervousness level? Just, you know, with everything working out and everything.
Now that the wedding is came and gone, definitely was more nervous for the wedding than any fight I've ever been to. I mean, I was just standing there trying to remember not to lock my knees out so I don't faint. Then I was like fighting back tears and everything else. So it was definitely more nerve-wracking on wedding day compared to a fight.
Any of your training partners in the wedding party?
I had a couple of older training partners that are part of the wedding party. Some old teammates from high school part of the wedding party, but a majority of my teammates were able to make it out to the fight and be present for that. Or I'm sorry, to the wedding and be present for that. So that was pretty cool.
Good stuff, man. Well, let's talk about fighting. You were supposed to take on Alex Cowboy Oliveira, I should say, back in September, and then you ended up getting this fight. What happened there? What was the whole reason for the switch up? And I just wanted to get your side of everything.
At the end of the day, it's just one of those opportunities where UFC was going to a new market and they needed a main event. And at the end of the day, Santiago Ponzinibbio is one of the only Argentinian fighters that's on the UFC roster, and he's ranked in the top 10. So it was a great opportunity for UFC to put this fight together for the guys in Argentina. So they decided it'd be better to pull me from the Oliveira card and have me fight Santiago instead.
Was it a bit annoying, though, because you thought you had to fight in September, and I'm sure you're getting ramped up for that, and then all of a sudden you got to fight a couple months later?
I'm not sure if annoying is the right word. I was definitely excited to fight early on. I even tried to talk to the UFC, let me do both fights, but they shot that idea down pretty quick. But at the end of the day, I'm pretty grateful for it. I mean, at this point of my career, being able to get a main event fight, I think is super beneficial and is the type of fight I need to be taking. So I'm pretty grateful that I got the opportunity to do so.
And taking on a really experienced guy like yourself. I mean, you've got a 21-6 record. He's got a 26-3 record. How do you feel like you match up against Ponzinibbio in this fight?
I feel like we match up really well. I mean, like you said, he has a lot of experience. The guy's a great striker, not just good, but a great striker. So I feel like we match up well. I feel like there's definitely a lot of things that I can work in a fight against him that allow me to be successful. But at the end of the day, this is the kind of fight that I get excited for. Knowing that I'm going against a guy that doesn't have many losses, knowing that I'm fighting a guy in his backyard, this is the kind of fight that gets me excited.
Let's talk about training camp, because I know in Colorado, we talked about this before, there's kind of like an open door policy with a lot of the gyms. You guys sort of train with each other. It's you know, again, I don't know if it's the marijuana that's going on there, but you guys seem very laid back in that sense. How have you structured this training camp in terms of who you're getting to work with?
For this training camp, I didn't necessarily have to bring anyone in particular. I mean, a lot of my teammates that I've worked with in the past have been great training partners leading up to this fight with Ponzinibbio. The cool thing is like it's great to see where the team is going now, where the team is shifting now. For the most part, in the beginning, there were a lot of guys that helped me be successful in UFC, but these guys really didn't get an opportunity to shine themselves. But now that the face of MMA is changing, and they're becoming more opportunities to get recognition on the regional scene, these guys are taking off and making the best of it. I mean, that our up-and-coming guys in the team are doing a real good job right now, and they're pushing me day in and day out to go out there and do my best. So it's pretty cool having those guys around.
Well, and I also meant too, like, with the gyms, you guys, you can sort of train anywhere. Did you do any training at Factory X for this camp? Because I know sometimes you train sort of, with your usual team, but you can sometimes branch out a little bit.
For sure. For this military camp, I didn't necessarily have an opportunity to go over Factory X. I had a lot of guys that were competing on my team that need to be there for kind of thing. So it worked out great. I mean, we have guys that are pretty much fighting every weekend from now till past my fight. So it's pretty cool to have an atmosphere like that when everyone's getting ready for their competition and everyone's giving you the best round possible. So I didn't necessarily need to go outside of the gym for this training camp.
And as far as training partners, same guys, I imagine. Drew Dober, Bojan Velikovic, guys like that, just sort of the usual guys?
Yeah, definitely. Bojan Velikovic is a really good training partner, like Drew Dober, like you mentioned. Some are up-and-coming guys like Lavelle Simpson and Austin Hubbard. Both guys are signed to fight with LFA now and doing a great job there. Our experienced guys like Andrew Capel have been another guy to push me during this training camp. But it's just cool to see. I mean, when my teammates are going out there and they're being successful, I know that they're giving me the best looks that I can get in the gym, and the results don't lie. I mean, I think I've been pretty successful in the UFC, and it's because of these guys.
How about the weight cut? Do you have to alter that at all because you're going to be traveling down to Buenos Aires?
No, not at all. I mean, I have another week of eating bacon, and then I start getting skinny after that. So luckily, I don't have to do too much to make weight leading up to this fight.
So bacon's a guilty pleasure. Is that kind of what you're telling me here?
Oh man, it's just delicious. I just can't get enough of it. I mean, breakfast every morning with bacon, and then throughout the day it's constantly there. So once I cut out the sodium and fat content and all in my bacon intake, I mean, I tend to drop weight pretty easy, pretty quickly.
Okay, that's good. How do you see this fight playing out on the 17th?
Oh man, I see this fight playing out really well. He's gonna come out super explosive, trying to put on a great show for the hometown crowd, get an early finish, and I'm just gonna meet him right in the center of the octagon and bring right back to him. I think that this fight is gonna be one of those fights that starts out super exciting, but at the end of the day, the longer the fight goes on, the better it is for me, and I see myself getting that late second round finish or early in the third round finish.
Any Halloween plans this year? I know this fight's on the 17th, but we got Halloween next week. Are we going to be seeing you dress up this year?
So far, nothing yet. I mean, a couple of teammates and I threw the idea out there of either dressing up as a bunch of superheroes or Street Fighter characters, but nothing official just yet.
If you were a Street Fighter, who would your character be?
Dalsim for sure.
Nice.
With the long arms, long legs, I mean, I don't think I fit into any other category or any other character as well as Dalsim.
Okay, that sounds good. Last question before we let you go. I got to bring this up because I saw this on the Instagram. I thought it was hilarious. Now, let me get this straight. You thought Diego Lima and Douglas Lima were the same fighter?
Yeah, I mean, for the longest time, I get confusing the two with each other. And then, like, I literally remember watching them fight for Bellator, and I was like, wait, the other guy's standing right behind him. And that's when I finally clicked in my head. And I was able to put it together like, oh, wait, they're brothers. I mean, it was a silly thing on my end, but like, I've never seen the two of them together before. And like, it's funny, since I've said that, I've seen them all over the internet, all over the Instagram kind of thing with each other. But for the longest time there, I honestly kept mixing the two up and thought they were the same guy for the longest time.
Did anyone from their team reach out to you and be like, how could you get this one messed up?
His manager really did. He's like, come on, Neil, seriously? So their manager definitely called me out on that one.
Good stuff, man. Well, we're looking forward to this fight. It's coming up here November 17th. It's UFC Fight Night 140. Neil, always a pleasure catching up with you, man. Just remind people where they can find you on social media. And if you got any sponsors or shout outs, the floor is yours, man.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, if you guys want to follow me on social media, I'm at Neil Magny _170 on on Instagram and Facebook, Twitter as well.